Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, working on number 3 on things that I've been doing here in China. And what I want to talk about now is travel. Uh, now, uh, see, my specialty is the Western Hemisphere. And the reason it's the Western Hemisphere is I drive it. As dangerous it is, and as long as it takes to drive, I would rather drive than fly. Because flying is really restrictive in the United States. Here in China, it's worse than the United States. And so flying is not a good thing at all. Okay. And see, when I fly, I'm at everybody's mercy. I mean, when you get off the plane, where are you going to go? You're at the mercy of the taxi cab. It's going to take you to where? Some hotel that, I mean, it's really, really tough. So, flying, and then, like I say, you want to fly, you got to get there 2 hours early. That means you got to start preparing to get there 3-4 hours before you really go. So it's really tough. So that's why flying is the last of my options when it comes to transportation. Okay, now after saying that, in China, you will learn why we have the freedom of travel in the United States and why freedom of travel is a big deal. I've known it's been a big deal pretty much all my life. But like I say, here it's restricted. You cannot travel unless you've got. Well, for me, I have to have my passport. I can't get on a train. Like I said, I've been on the bullet train, and I need to have my passport. Everybody uses they got a national ID. Everybody's got a national ID. And they need to use their national ID to travel. And me as a foreigner, I need to use my passport. So this way they know where you're going. Now, I haven't taken the bus yet, but I would just guess, I was down at the bus depot, I guess you'd call it, and what I could see was people were using their national IDs. So I would say I probably have to use my passport if I was to get on a bus. Now the city bus going around, that's a different story. I don't need that. The same thing on the subway. I don't need my passport on the subway, but I do carry my passport all the time because, like I say, in this country, if they have to have their national ID, I'm sure I have to have my passport. So, transportation is a big thing, and I heard it's hard for me to get a driver's license. That's what I heard, because what I was going to do, what my plans were when I came here, before I came, was I was going to come here, either rent a car or buy a car and just drive around. And after I got here, I found out I'm in a dream world on that kind of stuff. So, I mean, communications is so bad I can't talk, and I how do I get a driver's license? So I don't even know if I can get a driver's license for sure. What I say, I've heard that it's really difficult for a foreigner to get a driver's license, and so I don't know. Maybe if I was a rich guy, maybe they can rent cars. When you rent a car, it comes with a driver's license. I don't know. But anyway, when I come to an area, country like this, I usually spend some time first observing and learning the local laws, driving, how people drive. Because I can drive anything. I've got an international license for, I think, the Western Hemisphere. And I've got a international license for Asia, but it doesn't cover China. China's got their own way of doing things. So anyway, I never did get the car. Now what I do is I meet people, and I enjoy people. I'm a people person, and people like me, and they end up giving me rides. So I'm not talking about a ride across town. I'm talking about ride to another part of the country, and that's the way I've been getting around. I've been getting all over this country, and so as I I'll get in their car, and we'll go off somewhere. Now, one of the things is I don't report into the police. And you're supposed to, every time you go to a new area, you're supposed to report to the police. And I don't. So that's why I'm not going to do this type of travel again. And the main reason was, well, for one thing, report to the police. I don't even know where I'm at, And now I need to find the police department. I'm lucky to find a hotel room wherever I'm at, and then find food. There's no way I'm going to find the police department. So I don't do things properly. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't do this again, and I won't do it again. And so I would travel with people like that. Now, I have an electric motor scooter thing, and it works very, very good. Now, some of the big cities, those are illegal, some of them, so you can't use them in every city. Now, where I'm at in Kunming and the ghost cities surrounding it, yeah, we can use those. So, and I don't use it in the main city. That's way too much traffic, too many people. So, but out here in the ghost cities out here, I use them. I run around one ghost city to another ghost city and stuff like that. So the electric motorcycle is a very good thing. I think I bought it used. I paid about $200 used, and now I'm getting ready to leave, so I'll be selling it, and I'll sell it for maybe $150, $175. So no big deal. I got my money back. Money use out of it. I'll tell you, that opened my world when I was able to get on this thing and then drive all over. I really saw a lot. I experienced a lot. I went into the villages. I found villages where people live. I thought everybody lived in these apartment buildings, but they don't. They've got houses. There are houses out there, and I was able to find them. And the farms I found real living. This is just like living in cattle when you start living in apartment buildings and you're using public transportation from one thing to that's not it's not my cup of tea. I'm way too independent for that kind of stuff. So I used that motorcycles. I really wanted to either buy a motorcycle, rent a motorcycle like that, and travel all over China. It was what the whole idea was. And but they don't even have. I haven't seen any big motorcycles, gasoline motorcycles. They have some gasoline motorcycles, and they have, I guess, they have special license tags. So it's hard to get a license tag for them. And right back to, you need a driver's license. The electric motorcycles, you don't need a driver's license. Electric motorcycles, you can drive on the sidewalks, you can drive anywhere you want. They're exempt from all the traffic laws, the way I understand, at least out here in the ghost cities anyway. And Let's see, transportation. Subways are easy to get on. You need somebody to help you to get you started on there, but after that's easy. The Herbie, the taxis, they use that stuff. They don't use that brand, that company, but they got their own thing, and they use, and that's a good thing. But they also have regular taxis, and the taxis will kind of jack you up a little bit. Most of the time, on Americans or tourists, most of the time when you buy things, they just give you the same price. It's not like Central America or South America. Man, they jack up the price on foreigners. So, but they're really good on that kind of stuff here. Um, let's see. So taxis are pretty good. I haven't even rode in a taxi now, so I think about it. So, oh yeah, and I was going to say I was going to talk about getting a guide. I'll get that. Talk about that in another video. Let's see. In transportation, I say you're limited on. It's restricted transportation. I already told you that. So I think that's about it in the way of transportation. Flying, cars, motorcycles, public transportation. Yeah, I think I covered everything on that. So we'll let you go, and we'll start on the next one. This is Mike. No stress, Mike.